Hi everyone, this is my K40 laser cutter. I'm going to try to do a kind of an awkward quick unboxing. I have a friend coming over shortly who's an electrical engineer who's going to do a quick look over the wiring inside the unit so I don't fry myself when I plug it in. Make sure the unit's grounded correctly and make sure all the wiring is solid. So I thought I'd better open it beforehand. It's going to be a little bit awkward to open, I think. It's not super heavy, but it's not light, and I'm trying to do it elevated so I don't have to lean over and break my back when I'm doing it. And there it is, bit of foam. Oh, not really. Okay, so there it is. As you can see, that's my K40 laser cutter. It looks exactly like it did in the picture. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this out myself. Maybe not. I hate foam packaging that breaks apart. Okay, I can hear that my friend has just turned up, so this should be interesting. I'm going to keep recording. If he walks in during the video, oh well. And so I'm back. I might have just knocked my lights over with the unit, with the cardboard box as I took it down. That's what you get when you try to unbox big packages by yourself. But here it is, the K40 laser, all wrapped up. I'm going to pull the plastic off and then in a moment introduce you to my friend Alan. Alan, are you an electrical engineer? Yes? Yes, he is an electrical engineer. That's what he does for a living. He fixes things and builds things and stuff. He's going to have a quick look at it and make sure I'm not going to electrocute myself when I use it. Okay, I'll see you all soon. Alan has been and done his inspection. He didn't want to go on video, which is fair enough. That's not his gig, that's my gig. But we've gone through everything and been given the thumbs up. Let's have a quick look at the different parts of the machine. So this is the main work area. You can see in here, we've got our laser head that moves around. What's actually happening is the laser's going through the back, around, through mirrors, into here, reflects off this one here, goes into the head here, and then obviously down. This is supposed to be the work area that you can cut, and this is a clamp, a very badly made clamp that you're supposed to put your piece in. So technically that's all you're supposed to be able to clamp inside there. And because the laser itself has a focal length, which I believe is about 50 millimeters, this is the height that the item that you're cutting, whether it's ply or acrylic or whatever, has to sit at to get the maximum or the perfect cut based on the curve of the laser. One of the things that I am going to be doing is removing this whole bed and taking all of this out and putting a proper cutting bed in. So that's one of the modifications that you'll see. The problem with that obviously is that it's not going to be a bed that I can adjust the height on necessarily. So it's still going to be problematic when I want to cut product of different thickness, but I'll work that out. So that's inside the cutting area. Also, something else just quickly that I didn't mention was this over here is the exhaust intake, which as you can see is quite small, quite thin. That extracts all the fumes and smoke out of the unit when it's cutting. One of the things that I'm going to do that a lot of people have done is cut this back, make it a bit shorter, which actually frees up some cutting area. It'll allow me to cut further back and have a bit bigger cutting area. Right now the cutting area is about, well, this is tiny, but technically I should be able to cut A4. This is just an acrylic sheet inside here that I haven't pulled it off yet, but you can unscrew it, pull the paper off. I believe it's a tinted acrylic to try to protect your eyes when it's cutting. Okay, this is the power area. So I'll quickly do a rundown of what's on the front and then I'll open up inside. So we've got our main power on and off, which I believe is to control the laser, but our actual mains coming in is here with a emergency stop. So you switch it on, it's not connected to the mains right now, you can switch it on and then you can control a light that's inside it and power the laser, and at any time you can just click the stop, emergency stop, and kill it. There's a temperature gauge right here which is actually connected to the water pump at the back with the laser, which I'll show you in a moment, and so it's actually on the outtake, so the water comes up into the laser for cooling, and then on the way out there's a temperature gauge so I can actually see how cool the water is and make sure that it's cooling the laser correctly. We have controls here to be able to jog the laser, and it'll show me how much power the laser is actually drawing as a percentage. I'm not sure how useful this is going to be. A lot of the units actually have amperage meters, and people work out based on that and a potentiometer dial what the different levels of amperage they need to be able to cut different thicknesses of material. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. So inside, what have we got? We've got a power supply. So in my case, a 240 volt power supply. We've got a controller board over here, which is running and controlling the servos and the laser. And then these are all the switches and panels that you saw before. Let's take a look at the back of the unit. So inside here, we have the laser. This is a CO2 laser tube. It's supposed to be a 40 watt laser tube. I believe it runs somewhere between 30 and 40. It can burst up to 40. And these are the water cooling tubes. So we have a tube coming in that goes through here into the start of the laser tube, runs all the way through, and then on the way out it comes through this sensor, which is just here, and then out and back in. So there's going to be like a tub of water, distilled water, that'll be sitting either at the back or underneath, depending on how I build a cabinet for it, that is used to cool the laser with like a water pump that sits inside that pulls the water through. A mains in over here, and then we've got some mains out, which I'm not going to use. This is the extraction area that a fan sits on. The fan that comes with it doesn't fit, as everyone's mentioned on all of their videos and blog posts. So I'm going to maybe use the fan that came with it and just use some aluminium gaffer tape to seal it, or I might build something custom from here or see if I can find something better to work there. But that's the laser, as you can see, slightly bigger than a diode laser. And that is the unit. That's as far as I'm going to go today, folks. I am actually not going to use this for a little while, so you're not going to see any cutting videos yet, because there's some modifications I want to do before I even start, which is putting on the air assist, which will be one of the first things that I'm going to do, and that's unfortunately going to take 2 weeks to get to me. So that's it. Until next time, catch you later.